Tennessee Homestead. How the heck are you today? Okay, I told you folks I'd keep you abreast of some of these changes and so forth and happenings with these herbicides and GMOs. And I've got a little update for you here. Uh, they're talking about a lawsuit that's been filed against Monsanto for Dicamba. And I love this thing. Went out and did a little research on it. And I got to be honest with you, it makes you wonder who's behind this lawsuit because I don't see it going to benefit anybody but Mother Monsanto and its ilk, you know. And let me explain to you why I say that. While these people had legitimate damages done by Dicamba, farmers using Dicamba last year. Keep that thought in mind. They claim that because Monsanto marketed its new seed, its soybean seed and its cotton seed, that was GMO Dicamba ready, that's what causes damage. Okay. Yeah. Sounds good in theory. Okay. I don't see any lawyers being able to make this whole thing fly. And here's why. In 2016, there was no approved dicamba herbicide available to the for in-crop use. Okay, wasn't there. So you had a group of farmers who went out and was using a third-party dicamba, not even manufactured by Monsanto or BASF, a third-party dicamba, which was not approved for in-crop use. Basically, they applied an illegal herbicide to that crop because, hey, it could take it, right? So that makes it Monsanto's fault? Couldn't find any response yet to the Arkansas suit, but the same suit's been filed in all 10 states that were involved. And they did respond to the suit in Missouri. Okay? And here's basically where Monsanto's coming from. We didn't tell them to use dicamba herbicide on us. Matter of fact, we told them by our licensing agreement in 2016 to use Roundup. Lions, tigers, and bears. Monsanto didn't tell them to use dicamba. Roundup. We did not charge for the dicamba resistant trait in those seeds in 2016. It was there, but we did not charge for it because there was no approved dicamba herbicide available for in-crop use in 2016. So basically this dicamba trait that made it dicamba resistant, these farmers weren't even charged for that. Because Monsanto's saying, we didn't have an approved herbicide to use on these fields in crop use in 2016. Sounds like they pretty much covered their bases. So why did they market that seed? Okay, well, it appears that there were some improvements in the seed that using regular Roundup would have still given higher yields. So it was an improved seed even though it was modified to the handle dicamba herbicide, figuring that in 2017 they were going to now be charged for that trait because there is an approved dicamba herbicide available starting 2017. See what happened there? Monsanto's going to end up looking like the good guys. They really are. They could have held that improved seed off the market, but, out of the goodness of their heart, trying to improve the yields of the American farmer and to help them out, they went ahead and put it out there and didn't even charge for that dicamba trait. What nice guys. And anyway, you have this group who have filed these lawsuits. And you feel for some of the victims. I mean, one fellow, he was a peach grower in Missouri, one of the largest. And the guy lost 30,000 trees due to dicamba usage. 30,000 trees. It's a chunk of trees, folks. Okay? But it seems like these people that were spraying this stuff were using a unapproved herbicide in an unapproved fashion, totally without any consent of Monsanto. But they've sued Monsanto. This thing is going to work out beautifully for Monsanto. It really is. Because looking at the answer that they answered back to the courts on their Missouri suit, they're going to slap this one clean out of the ballpark, folks. How can you hold a company responsible for a farmer using a third party, not manufactured by Monsanto, not manufactured by BASF, had nothing to do with those two companies? A third party herbicide being sprayed on seeds manufactured by these companies, even though these companies were not charging for that trait. Why? Because there was not an approved herbicide for it. You needed to use Roundup. But instead, these greedy farmers thought, well, if it's dicamba ready, I can get a hold of this third-party illegal dicamba and have it sprayed on my fields, and I'm going to have these slick, clean fields. So my yields are going to be higher. I make more money. Let's do that. And the good news is, your EPA, your federal government, has now launched a massive investigation to why these farmers did that. And they plan to penalize the snot out of them for violation of the environmental protection laws. Isn't that great? Hey man, I think I told you about that. It was coming. Step one. This lawsuit ain't going nowhere. Other than to Washington, D.C. Okay? Because I'll tell you what Monsanto's going to do with this. They're going to now run back to the federal government. Once they slap this thing down, they are going to slap it down. All right? I can guarantee you there's not a court out there that's going to go, yeah, I agree. It's not going to happen. Monsanto looks like the Golden Boys in this one. Nice guys. Just trying to help out. We didn't charge you for that dicamba trait because we didn't expect you using dicamba. In fact, we told you not to. There's none approved for in-crop spraying. Okay? We gave you that trait free of charge. Didn't pay you for it because we wanted you to have some of the latest improvements to our seed that would help your yields out just using regular Roundup. Argue with that one, folks. They're not going to win this. They're going to have to go back against the farmer if they hope to get anything, and they better hurry because if the EPA gets to it first, that farmer isn't going to have anything left to take because the EPA is going to find him right out of existence. All right? But is it useful to Monsanto to have a suit like this? You bet. Because here's what they're going to do, folks. They're going to take that suit and they're going to go to Washington, D.C., and they're going to bring along piles of money. And they're going to sit down with your politicians and say, listen, see how frivolous this was. We want to be protected against these. And here's your money. Just like you can't sue them for the hazards of GMOs, the hazards of Roundup, because now they're protected under federal law that you don't have the right to sue them. I'd like to know what constitutional groundwork or framework that they could fit under there that a privately held corporation can be protected from the American public filing suit for damages because our federal government likes them. Yeah, yeah. Same thing's going to happen here. And dicamba is dangerous stuff, and they will be protected, guarantee. And this will be the last of those suits, won't it? Once Monsanto and their ilk are protected by the federal government, you can't sue them. Even if it does wipe out 30,000 of your trees, kills your crops, poisons your garden, ruins your landscaping around your house, makes you and your children sick. You're not going to be able to sue them. They're protected. Guaranteed. Stand back. Watch. This suit will probably take a year or two to get slapped down. Once it's slapped down, you'll see the government, just like they did with the Monsanto Protection Act, you'll see them move at breakneck speed to add this to it. Republicans and Democrats, and it'll get pushed through, and there you go. I got a little fly in here that's just driving me crazy. So what are you going to do with these guys? Well, if you go back and look at the GMO series, and I know it's a long series, and there's a lot of stuff in there, a lot to it. This is just one of the things I told you was coming, and it's here. Wasn't conspiracy theory, wasn't joke. In the business end of agriculture, you could see what they were lining up for. And I can tell you right now, this lawsuit, if there was any way to prove it, I can almost guarantee you that Mother Monsanto was knee-deep in instigating this, because this has got to be an absolute dream come true to them. There is no legal basis for this suit. None. None. That's like, I don't know. If you pull a gun on your neighbor and shoot him in the head, the police go and arrest all the workers for Smith & Wesson and put them on trial for murder and let you go free. Okay? Not gonna happen. Neither is this suit. You're not gonna, and the only reason that they even slap Monsanto and BSAF on it is because they know that these poor little dirt farmers out there are so close to bankruptcy, they're not going to get anything out of it. Nothing. But hopefully they thought that Monsanto might, under a class action suit like that, say, here, let me write you a check, go away. Monsanto's not going to write them a check. Monsanto plans to take this lawsuit, stick it in their ear, and then take it to the government and become protected. Dream come true. Like I said, I just wonder who really is behind this lawsuit. Who really got this instigated. I would, if it wasn't Monsanto themselves, boy, it sure works out well for them, doesn't it? Speaking of getting shot with the Smith & Wesson gun in the head, this problem with this dicamba has gotten bad enough, and some of just glancing through this stuff, saw that there was a Arizona farmer who got shot by his neighbor for screwing up his neighbor's field with dicamba. Yeah. So actually, it has turned lead to bloodshed. If you have a field back bordering your property, and you sit there using this stuff, take it up with the EPA for one, especially if you see any signs of your landscape dying off and so forth. But my advice, really, if you got a family, is put the place up for sale, get the heck out of it. Okay? If they're raising GMO crops, it's just not whether or not it's going to happen, it's going to be when. And this stuff will kill your trees, will kill your vegetable garden, will kill your grass, will kill your landscaping, and has the potential to kill you and your children. Takes a little longer, but it sets the chain in action. Okay, gets the wheels to turning. So you may really just go, I'm putting the place up for sale, and I'm moving out farther into the woods, away from these grain farmers. Um, and to you farmers, especially you clowns that did this and misapplied even more dangerous version of dicamba to your land, somebody needs to take you boys out and just horsewhip you. You aren't farmers. You're not even smart businessmen. Okay? You're greedy punks, is what you are. Period. Greedy little punks who are destroying the environment so that you can have an extra buck in your pocket. And I pray God the EPA breaks your back and sends you on down the road. Because you're a disgrace to agriculture. You should be ashamed of what you've done. You should step up and take the responsibility of it. Okay, you've done damage to your neighbors because of your greed. You've done damage to your neighbors because you didn't care. Only thing that mattered to you was making another tractor payment, which tells you something about you anyway. I want my nice air-conditioned tractor, even if I can't afford it. You're a disgrace. Get out of the business. The rest of us have to live with your reputation. All right? And to the rest of you, go back and look at the GMO information. Do your own research. And you're going to see these biotech companies, they're coming for you, kids. They want to be the farmer. They want to control the food. Okay. They're not your friend. You better get your land, start turning it around to where you can start growing some conventional crops. To where you can get back to doing real farming. Does that mean you're going to have to get your butt out of that air-conditioned tractor and pull some weeds? You bet it will. Or maybe you got to hire a bunch of locals to come out and help you pick weeds. Do what you got to do. But I'll tell you what, go compare prices, all right, of what organic sells for as opposed to that garbage you're growing. You can afford to pay a couple of kids out there working the fields with you. You clowns that instigated this lawsuit, misused that herbicide, I hope they run you. That's right. See, because I don't want your farm becoming a generational farm because your children have picked up the bad habits of apparently a very foolish individual. So they need to get out of agriculture, and one of the quickest ways to get them out of it is to take the land away. And I want to see you off the farm. You're doing damage to the very fiber of the American farmer. You think you're all that. You're not. You're a disgrace to American farmers. Should hang your head in shame, boys. Better get your head out of your butt. Good news is, according to the EPA, they're coming for you. Your neighbors may have sued Monsanto, but when that suit falls apart, they're going to be suing you. If you're still around, because the EPA will probably grab you first. Because let me tell you something, I can almost guarantee you, they know who you are already. Okay? I drive around here and I can tell who's spraying Dicamba just by looking at their fields. You think the EPA is so ignorant they can't? Better wake up. Better wake up. If you folks that are living next to idiots like that, better move for your family's sake. Okay? Get away from them. And most importantly, get out of the grocery stores. Okay? I've been forced into them, and you know what? I've made a decision looking at this nonsense. I'll be buying at the farmer's market, and what I can't buy at the farmer's market, short of coffee. Gotta have a coffee. But short of coffee, if I can't buy it fresh, I'm going to scratch it off the things to eat list. Because I'm not giving these clowns any more of my money. Not going to do it. You're going to need to get the same attitude. Okay? Government's not going to stop them. Some of these idiot farmers are going to stop them. Okay? The only thing that's going to stop them is for you to quit buying their products. You quit buying from these farmers that are using their products. Okay? That's how you stop it. And you're running out of time. As Rick Jesse Holmes said, no, this one a little long because I basically vented at some farmers. But I love you guys and I appreciate you. And I can't emphasize enough, this food that they're putting out is killing you. Even by the national average, we're living shorter lives now. Get out of them grocery stores for you and your children's sake. You folks have a blessed and wonderful week.